Hello, it's me again, Double Talk 73. I'm going to add another video in conjunction with the one I just launched about bass on or at Florida in the Everglades. There's a good side and a bad side of this one. There are big fish down there, the red drum and the snook get pretty good size. The snook will go around 30 pounds, and red drum will get around I believe 50, 60, something like that. That's the good side. The bad side is, by Florida being a level 18 lake, if you go there, chances are you're not going to have a rig that you can catch them with. What you're going to need is you're going to need a match rod. Now, they're big. Don't get me wrong, they're big and they fight hard. So you're going to need a match rod. Something like, well, you can do what you want to do. What I would do is, and what I'm in the process of doing, I downloaded Fishing Planet from the Microsoft Store. It's free, so I got to start all over. So once I got to level 8 on Texas, hey Colin, hey Sean, once I got to, yep, back on. Okay, take care. Do good on the quiz. I'll do good on the Coca-Cola quiz. Anyhow, I got, like I said, I got to download. If you go to the Microsoft Store, you can download Fishing Planet for nothing. It's a little bit different. Friends are harder to work with, but you can have an unlimited number of friends. Where on this game, the free-to-play from Steam, you can only have 100. But you can have an unlimited number in your ignore cave, what I call my ignore cave. People are being rude, crude, and whatever. But anyhow, I'm at Emerald Lake. When I got to level 8, I bought the equipment I need, a jig winner and a reel. Well, I'll show you what I bought. Let me get rid of my picture here. My camera. This is what I bought to go to Emerald Lake to farm walleyes there. Jig winner 810, 13 pound. A Bremer 4500, 13 pound. .008 braid, which is 10 pound. And that 1/4 ounce purple narrow spoon. That's all I fish with there. Right now I'm level 34 there, and it takes a long time to level up when you're up that high catching the walleye. But if you want to go anywhere in this game, you got to do one of two things. You either got to grind, or you got to spend hard-earned money to buy DLCs, one or the other. And I'm cheap, so I grind. If you want to come down here and catch these fish, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a match rod, and I suggest the Brutus 1110. That's a level 33 rod. Let's see, let's go over here. Brutus 1110, excuse me, 34. But it's got a 33 pound max line weight, okay? Or, and then for reel, I'd get a Thunderspin 4500. Now that's, you got to be a little bit higher on the hierarchy to get that Thunderspin. Where is it at? Next path, I think it's a 36. Yeah, no, 38. Okay, but if you don't want to wait that long to get it, you can use the Megatrax, which is a level 36. This one here, that's good for 34 pounds. With a 33 pound rod, 34 pound reel, I've found out that you really want a reel a little bit larger drag capacity than your rod. You want your rod to do the work, not your reel. Not only is that in on the game, that's in real life. You always want your rod to do the work. that's what I suggest. And I suggest staying in uh, Emerald. I know it's tough. It's a long grind, believe me, and I know that. I've done it, so it's not somebody just telling you to do it because I'm telling you to do it or suggesting. It's because I've done it and I know it just day after day after day of catching walleye. But they're fun too. They put up a good fight. So anyhow, or if you get to level 30, you can go to St. Croix, which is a level 30 lake. Okay, level 30. And you can fish there. You can go into Pike Alley and you can get an arms, ARMS, Artis. I'm sorry, I can't write one reading. Artis, ARDIS, 13-foot 2 at level 29. That has 25.5 pound max line weight. It's $10,000. And a line glider 4000 reel, that's a level 29 reel, that's 22 pounds. So that's the opposite of what I suggest, but the next reel that will do you any good about it is a 32 level reel. So you can go to St. Croix and grind pike or catfish if you want to rent a boat, or if you've got a boat and go out on the floating platform. You can do okay with one rod. Of course, you do better with more, but if you've got to build up your money, you got to build up your level so that you can get what you want. And in the process of building up your level, you'll get the money. Now, one suggestion, whether you're here or here, when you fill your net, don't stop fishing. Keep on fishing. Keep on catching fish. You're not going to get the money, but you'll get the XP. And XP is what's going to make you level up. So if you've got a 440 net and you get 445 pounds of pike and you still have 5 or 6 hours to go in a day, just keep on fishing. Keep on fishing. Same thing with the Everglades. If you get 400 pounds of bass and your net's full, just keep on fishing because that XP will help build up. Or like I say, you're not going to get the money, but you'll get the XP, and that's what you want. So what we're going to try to do this time is we're going to go to Everglades and we're going to try to catch a couple of the bigger fish, the snook and the red drum. Now, the best time to fish for them is at night peak. So we got a kind of a lousy peak here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward when I get down here to night 3. So we can start at 9 and see what happens. Maybe we can catch snook first and then red drum second, or vice versa. We'll just have to look and see what we got going on. Okay, so that's my plan. So let's see what happens. What I'm going to be using is I'll use my bottom rods. See, I've already got them set. I got 2 minnows set up, large minnows, and 2 with large cut. Oops, 2 with large cut. I use a 4-aught hook for both of them, and they're all 3 set up the same way with a 4-aught hook, 8-ounce sinker, proper line, the Selva on 1 and 2, the Leviathan 10,000 on 3 and 4. They carry about the same fish fighting capability, but anyhow, that's what I'm going. And rod stand. Now you're probably not going to have a rod stand unless you buy a couple rods on the way, and they're not cheap. The reels, like the Mega Track, the 32-pound reel, that's $27,400. The British 1110 is $15,000. So 27, 40, about $45,000 plus your travel and license. Okay, so that's why I stay in New York and just keep on grinding and grinding and grinding. and until I get enough money to do what I want to do and get the level, because you got to have the level. Or, like I said, you can spend your hard-earned cash and buy DLCs. Do not buy a DLC unless it's got a good keep net in it. And I don't mean a 300 or 400. You want the 660 or the 1102. I don't think you can buy a DLC with 1102 in it unless it's the one for Blue Crab Island and or the what's it called, the Golden Pack, and you're talking about $50, but you'll get the rods and reels and pretty much what you need to catch big fish with it. Okay, but if you're going to grind and you're going to get here, we're going to go to Salty Delta. Like I say, we're going to be fishing at night. Okay, do you see these reeds sticking up right here? That's where the red drum are. That's where I fish for them. With bottom rods, I fish all around the bottom. With float rigs, I fish at a 89 inch. Now, sometimes they put an update and that 89 inches is too deep. Bring it up 3 or 4 inches. Bring it up 3 or 4 inches. You want to get as close to the bottom as you can. That's for the float. Okay. Now for the drum, excuse me, for the snook, they're right over here. There's my marker. Let me see if I can give you a distance there. I think it's like 120 feet out. I think it's 125. I missed it a little bit. And over here where the red drum are, I think that's like between 95 and 105 is where you want to fish over here. '94, 95, 105. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set rod stand down. I'm going to go to night, and we'll try the red drum first. Red drum. I like to be over here on this corner when I'm fishing for the drum. And if you want the GPS location of those markers that I've got there, there's the first one, minus 83.66 and 52.08, and that is trophy red drum. Let's see, what size was that one? That's 37 pounds. Then this one is minus 88.04 plus 54.28, and that's a decorated red drum. That's one for Christmas. That's only 32 pounds, but they're all right in that same area. Okay. Now for the snook, and they come unique down here. There's 31.841 pounds, and that marker is located at minus 112.15 plus 39.15. Okay. And then the other marker here is for terror tarpon. That's a Halloween fish that you use the Bassy bait for. And when Halloween comes around, we'll worry about that one. But there's your one for the unique common snook. Okay. And you'll notice I caught it with large minnows. Let's see what it says here on the drum. Large minnows as well. And they don't come unique, they just come trophy. Okay. But I like to put 2 of each down there, so whoops, wrong one. So we're going to go night, 9 p.m. We're going to go to day 3. The nice thing about doing it when you first start in, if you just go directly to night, you don't have to use coins. Go from night to night. Okay. All it costs you is extend. Okay. And I like to clip my lines. That's a little short. We're just going to leave it there. This one, we'll try to get in between them. Huh, funny. Here I'm telling you it's 95 to 105, and I'm throwing everything around 90. But I'm going to get them out there, and we'll see what happens. And 92. That's a little better. We got something already. Looky here on number 3 already. That's a good sized fish. £13. Now, you would have fun trying to bring that in with a 13-pound rig. I did. What happened here? I lost my... Maybe I didn't clip it. Thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Okay, now we got one on one. Okay, that's a little bigger, looks like. No bigger than 13 pounds. Yeah. Okay, see, that one you would have fits trying to bring in on a 13-pound float rig for whatever that's worth. Okay, that's where they are, and that's how to catch them. And when. There again, night peaks. And it doesn't seem to matter whether it's cloudy, partly cloudy, or whatever. Clear, bright. That's night peaks. And I haven't been able to tell that one weather condition is any better than the next. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try for the snook. And these first 2 rods I got large minnows on, so the other 2, I'm going to put shiners on. So I got a chance to catch them with either one. On 3 and 4, we're going to put shiners on there. Still using the same hook. And I'll move my rod stand down to the other end of the dock. Oh, while I'm here, this may be of interest to you. You can catch, back up here, you can catch Gulf topsail catfish right in here, 55 inches down, I believe it is, 55 inches down with a 4/0 hook and shrimp. That's where the unis are for here for the gaff topsail. And they're pretty voracious. They'll hit a lot. Now I forgot what this one is over here. Let's see what this marker is. I want to put my stand down first, which will let me do anything. Back it up a little bit. Okay. It's been a while since I fished Florida. That's a decorated red drum. Okay. There again, that's a Christmas fish. Okay. Now we got to get her distance out here. And I'm pretty sure it's right around 125 feet. We'll find out when it gets there. And we'll do that then. And the large minnows will get hung up in those sticks sticking up in there because they'll run around. And I hope I can get 2 going at the same time so I can show you something I learned just yesterday, actually. That's a little too far. in Bolivia. It takes a long time to pick a rod up, put a rod down. Number one. See, it's done swam over into them sticks. Pick up a rod, put a rod down, pick up a rod. Well, you got more than one fish on. Okay, let's see if we can catch us a snook now. And you saw they go 31 pounds, so they're pretty good sized fish. Got something on 4. Let's see what we got. Oops, that's 3. Wrong color, Bob. Wrong color. There we go. That's a little one. Getting bigger though, isn't it? That's probably around 8 or 9 pounds, maybe 10. 10. Good guess. That's all it was. Just a good guess. But that's where they are. I need to reset 4 because I brought it in too far, didn't I? Yeah, I brought it in way too far. When I looked at the wrong color, my rod alarm, okay, that's definitely 1. Yeah, about the same size. Oh, maybe a pound or 2 bigger. Not much. But you see how I have my reel set up that it does less work than my rod? 9 pounds, a little bit less. But that's where they are. That's where the snook are. Now, you come here with a 13-pound rig and trying to catch snook, and you'll get snooked. That 101 ain't going to do it, is it? You'll get snooked because you'll hook into one of them 32-pounders, 28-pounder, 29-pounder, and you'll either destroy your rod or your reel trying to get it in. Now, you're using bait, so if you get spooled, it's no big deal. All you've lost is a hook and a bait. That's all you've lost. But if you got a lure on there and you're fishing down here and for chance you accidentally hook one of them big gar and it's running away with your lure, if you'll hit alternate F4, now remember that's important, alternate F4, that will shut the game down and put you right back where you have to log back in. But you don't lose your lure. You keep your lure. Baits, it's no big deal. You can always put a hook on and get another bait. Lures cost you a lot of money, so you don't want to lose them. This one's a little bit better. This one's probably about 16 pounds, I'm guessing. 12. That wasn't even close, was it? That wasn't even a good guess. Okay, that's where they are. Okay, so your snook are out here. Your drum are out here around these weeds sticking up. Okay, that's it. Night peaks. So that's about it. Just remember, if you're going to fish for these fish, bring you a big rig. And if you're going to fish for bass with your expensive lures, bring you a big rig. As big a casting rig as you can, or spinning rig. And let me show you one more thing while I'm on here. Okay. When you're shopping, it took me a while to learn this. When you're shopping for reels, cursor up here, that's hard to see that white. This means, this square right over here means lure. This square here means float. So if I want to go to a match rod, see, match rods are float. Also, Don't need no white circle of death. There we go. Thank you. Your telescopic rods. See, they are for float. But all your spinning rods and all your, all your casting rods are for lures. And there are very, very few of them. Matter of fact, I don't know of any. The rods that are for both. There's some reels that will work for both. But if you go to rig up a reel and rig up a rod and the reel won't fit on there, you'll know why. You can come here and see. That's why you want to know the difference. Lures, float. Okay? It took me a while to figure that out, so I'm just trying to help you with that information. So that's about it. So that's the big fish down here. Now tarpon, you can catch tarpon with shiners, 5/0 hook. It has to be a warm, sunny afternoon. And you see this tree line right here? You put them out there with a float, 155 to 160 feet. And there again, you need a big rig to work them. But that's where the tarpon are, with shiners. Let me say that. 155, 160 feet. But they're hard to catch. They're pretty rare. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So remember, we will get through this together by the grace of God. The pandemic ain't going to last forever. Good Lord willing. So God bless you and your family. Take care. Tight lines. Thanks for watching, and I hope a little bit of information I passed on will help. It sure helped me. And let me do one more thing. I think I can put a link on here. Let me try. If I can post this link on here, this will help you about as much as anything. This is a spreadsheet on rigging up different. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, it is too. It's under beginners. There it is right there. This is a spreadsheet on rod and reel setups where you can get the biggest bang for your buck and how to set them up. So I hope this will allow me to put this in chat. If it does, you'll be able to copy and paste. There's my buddy Gleiss. I'll respond to him in a minute. Okay. Control V. There it is. And I think, let me see, get my cursor there. Nope, you can't copy and paste. And I don't think it'll allow you to jump to it. You'll have to write it down. That's a lot of writing, but on the video you can pause it and you can go over and over and over it. Okay? Alrighty, this is me, Double Talk 73, saying thanks for watching, and y'all take care, and I'll catch you later. So y'all come back now, you hear?